welcome to my new home. After being at sea for 11 and a half months last year and taking a considerably short break, I'm now in quarantine in Bombay and ready to join a ship again. This has been my home for the last 7 days and it's going to be my home for the next few days as well. Welcome to my life in quarantine. Okay, so I'm gonna admit, it's a pretty great room. Welcome to another video. Today we're looking at my life in quarantine. I just shifted in here. I'm leaving India on the 22nd of January, so I have to do 14 days of mandatory quarantine before I join the ship back in Singapore because that's a rule. I am currently staying at the Grand Hyatt. First, we're gonna get into the room tour and let's see what we have here. So we're gonna start from the entrance of the room. I have the door right behind me. So the first thing that we have here is my cleaning supplies. Keep my shoes in that area. On this side we have our closet space, which basically has a safe. You also have these rules that were given to me about quarantine. Basically, you're not supposed to leave your room at any given point in time. There will be limited room service. There are also quick QR codes if I want any special options for payment so that the entire stay remains contactless. There are specific timings for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Breakfast is from 8 to 9:30 in the morning. Lunch is from 1300 to 14:30 and dinner is from 19:30 to 2100 hours. What they normally do is they leave our food right near our doors. This is the alleyway. As you can see, it's pretty dark. There's nobody here. If you walk out of the alleyway, you're going to see like the tables outside every room. The tables are basically used to keep your garbage outside, and if there's any meals to be served, they keep the meals right here. They ring a bell and they run away. The next stop would be the bathroom tour. Now I ended up arranging this with just the bare minimums. I have my e-juice here. I also have like my deodorants, my skin products, and just my everyday essentials right here. So I'm trying really hard not to unpack absolutely everything that I packed for the ship because I'm going to have to sit down and repack all of it again. So I've literally just taken out the essentials. So I'm already on day 6 at this given point in time and hopefully this will work out. And this is the entire bathroom space. Yeah, my bed's a little messy at the moment. I think that's the one part about living in this hotel room that I'm not enjoying. The fact that they don't change your bed every day and I have to do it myself. And I don't think I'm doing a great job with it, but I'm trying. So near my bedside, what I normally have is this little charging station. I have my GoPro 9 charging here right now. I also have my Apple Watch hooked up right there. I like keeping all my electronics charging right next to me. So 14 days is a really long time, and considering you get served only 3 meals a day here and there are no essential perks, I can't leave the room and you can't even step out to get a cup of coffee. I carried a little bit of a tuck when I came into quarantine. Honestly, I think this is a pointer. If you guys are being put into mandatory quarantine by your companies, or if you have to go into mandatory quarantine because you're doing any kind of international travel, carry a tuck to the hotel because your options are limited. It's the in-room pantry that we have in every hotel room, but I've stocked it up with my own stuff. The top shelf is where I keep my Oreos. I have just a little bit for when I'm feeling down and low. I carried my own coffee. This is my coffee of choice when I'm home. We do have some sachets of coffee inside and we have different kinds of tea, sugar, milk powder, whatever you need. This area right here essentially is the coffee area. Kettle, a couple of packets of chips, Savlon, and I don't leave the house without it. It's just easier to sanitize everything with this and you're good to go. I got a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of beer, a couple of Cokes, and one of these Tetra packs of juice. I've just been stocking them up. I haven't really had them, but it's there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my favorite spot in this entire room. This is where I spend most of my time. This is my work desk. It's one place where I do a bunch of things, but it's also my favorite place because it keeps me away from the bed and keeps me productive all day. Editing work or any productive work, that's on my Mac. This is the new M1 MacBook Pro. I'll have a review on that coming soon. I've been working on it a couple of days now and so far it's been pretty great. Stay tuned for that. Pretty happy when I entered this room. Everything was already set up really well, so I was really happy. But the first thing that I did when I entered this room was sanitize this entire space. I ran around with my sanitizer and sprayed the life out of the entire space. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that little room tour. So I've already been here for a couple of days and honestly before I got here, I wasn't exactly sure how this was gonna go. It's okay, it's not that bad. What I've tried to do basically throughout the time is keep myself as busy as possible, whether it's just talking to a friend, doing an online class, editing a bunch of videos, shooting a bunch of videos like this. And the main aim is to like just keep yourself going, keep doing stuff at all times, and so far that's worked for me. You gotta bear in mind that I do spend half my year at sea absolutely alone with none of my friends or family or anyone close to me around, so that does help with this. But for now, let's take a deep dive into what my schedule actually is during quarantine and how. I start every day by making a cup of coffee, sitting back, browsing through Twitter, and trying to figure out what actually happened in the world in the last few hours. But you basically got to do this every morning and log it down. There are two places I have to actually log this down. One is on my app, which is by the Indian government for quarantine, and the other place is for this company health declaration form, which my company requires me to fill out absolutely every day, twice a day, morning and afternoon. Here's the funny part. When I was in Korea doing quarantine, when I got off my last ship, it was mandatory for the Korean government employees, the people who worked at the quarantine center, to come down and actually check your temperatures. But here in Bombay, it's basically based on you. Post that, I'll scrub through my notes, my reminders, my calendar, check what I had planned for today, spend a little bit of time scripting my next YouTube video on my iPad, and that's basically what I do before breakfast. So it's about 10:40 now, and I still haven't had my breakfast. Normally breakfast is around this late for me. They deliver it to the door outside, like I showed you, at about 8:30 in the morning, so it's a little cold now, but I'm pretty used to it. Hey, so I just got done with my shower. It's about 1:45 in the afternoon. Breakfast got done. I'm still waiting for my lunch because it's ideally lunchtime. So it's 2:30, lunch just came in, and I think it's Chinese today. The food has been pretty good, like, to be completely honest. I wasn't expecting quarantine food to be as great as it is, but I think the hotel is doing a great job with it. But now it's officially time for lunch. Okay, so today is Chinese. We have a little bit of noodles, a couple of vegetables there. We have the crispy fried noodles. We have some Manchurian, fried rice, a little bit of Szechuan sauce. That would be hot and sour soup, and that's some chicken. I have no idea what this is, but it's probably some sort of dessert. I'm gonna probably try that in a bit. We're gonna do lunch and watch one of my favorite TV shows and just kick back and relax. Post lunch, there's gonna be a lot more work to do, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. I usually spend the afternoon eating, finishing my lunch, getting back into the editing process, doing a little bit more e-learning, a little bit of time into cleaning the room, and that's basically it. Okay, so it's officially 4:30. I spent a little bit of time editing. I think I did a good amount of work in the last one and a half hour. Final Cut Pro is a lot harder than what I actually anticipated. And now we're gonna get into a little bit of stretching. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee and jump into a workout. Post the workouts, I normally kick back, sit by the window, plug in my headphones, and watch the world passing by. I notice how we had a bunch of weddings in this hotel while I was here. I watch the people in the offices in the nearby buildings. I see them take their breaks. I see them get fresh air, and I see them kick back and relax and live a normal life. This is life in quarantine. I gotta admit, that was an insane workout. So now I'm just kicking back here. I wanna pull out my Nintendo Switch, game for a little bit, just not think about work, not think about edits, not think about videos. This is what I try and do normally every evening after my workout. I'll probably get a cup of coffee in a bit, maybe catch up on some FaceTime calls.
Yo!
What's up?
How's it going, man?
It's going good, dude. Quarantine's been killing me. So I'm shooting the vlog right now, and I decided I'm going to put you up in the vlog and show everyone all the people that I actually talked to. That kind of narrows it down to like 4 people. And one of my friends is abroad right now at sea, so that's the 5th one who I would normally talk to. So.
Oh wow, shit, dude. Hope the vlog does well and you get tons of views on this subscribe.
Thanks, man. Always appreciate the love. Alright, now let's get back to a private chat. See you guys later. So I just got off video call with my family and 2-3 friends as well, and honestly everyone keeps asking me how I'm doing with the whole quarantine thing, and I literally have nothing special to tell them. 7 o'clock in the evening right now. For the rest of the evening I'm just back and relaxed. I remember there's an update that I have to give you guys. So while I was in quarantine, I came across this vlog from a creator whose channel I've been following for over a year now. He creates some fantastic daily vlogs. He's a YouTuber from Canada. His channel is Chris Meets Chris. And I'm going to show you a snippet of his channel.
I've tried to use them as main cameras for my vlogs and stuff like that. There are some people who do it really well. Nitin Chawla, who I'll link below, I think is an awesome example of how you can use GoPros well for the type of lifestyle that he leads. So check him out below. But the way that I like to utilize them is...
That actually happened. Actually really blessed to have people like you who actually follow my work. But I'd like to take the time out to appreciate creators like Chris Meets Chris, who are phenomenal videographers, who have the ability to turn just their everyday lives into such beautiful videos and snippets. It's also really hard for me to sit here and tell you how I felt in the moment, but honestly, I think I've replayed this clip at least 100 times. It's one of the best things that could actually happen. I'm going to link Chris's channel in the description. YouTube at the end of the day is a community. It's a community of creators. It's a community of people like you and I who actually want to put our basic lives out there, who want to talk about things that we love. Also, Chris, bro, if you're watching, thank you so much. I honestly can't explain how great I felt. Honestly, I think it was the best way for any content creator to start 2021. And I just got done with my shower. I'm just waiting for dinner. This part of the day is when I just like to chill. So dinner's here. So I know I tried to be extremely productive during my day, and I actually do that as often as possible. And that's my way of dealing with the isolation and being quarantined. I know everyone has their own process, and I know if you're a seafarer and you've been put into quarantine just like I have before joining a ship, what you need to remember is that while you're going out to sea, you're not going to get this free time on your hands ever again. So if you just want to kick back, relax, be lazy, and not be productive, you're entitled to it. Sometimes it's best just not to do anything at all. So dinner just came in. Enjoy my meal, and I'm gonna watch some content now and pass out as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed seeing my life in quarantine. I'm gonna have more vlogs up in the future like I mentioned, and I'm really glad that we did this. Stay tuned for more, hit that subscribe button, and that's it from me for tonight. See you next time. Bye.